El Mundo Deportivo from Barcelona report that Paris Saint-Germain are plotting a 250 million euro bid for Lamine Yamal. Jules, do we even want to comment on that?
Yeah, because they're going to sign Vinicius and Lamine Yamal in the summer for 500 million euros, both of them together. So I just can't wait to see that happen.
After, since they're not paying that money, they're trying not to pay Kylian Mbappe the money and suing him.
Yeah, this is great. Can't wait. Thank you, El Mundo Deportivo. Joselu was signed for Al Gharafa in Qatar. Gab, I guess not everyone chooses Saudi Arabia for the last big paycheck.
Yeah, look, I don't know much about Al Gharafa. Joselu's not a guy who's made a lot of money in his career, so true. I think he's entitled to it. Part of me says it's a shame he didn't stick around. And I do wonder if Real Madrid aren't going to slightly miss that profile of striker a little bit.
No, but they've got so many attackers. Like, for all we know, he might not have played at all almost, you know?
In certain games, big man can come in handy.
Yeah, no, he could.
I mean, maybe I guess Bellingham can do everything. So, Bellingham's
Kylian can do everything.
Yeah, Kylian, whatever. Tottenham are reportedly looking to sign Archie Gray from Leeds United, which is obviously infuriating local fans, Jules.
I know. He was on his way to Brentford, he was doing his medical, and then the deal collapsed because of the structure of it. The two clubs could not agree. And Spurs, I mean, I love Archie Gray. I think he's got an amazing future ahead of him. He's going to be incredible already. 40 million is a lot of money for someone who's only played one season in Championship when he's so young. And if you're Leeds, considering not just Archie's season and pathway, but all the Gray family, obviously, you don't want, I guess, to see him.
I think Eddie Gray's his great uncle,
his dad, his uncle, everybody who played football in their family.
His dad is one of the other Andy Grays, because there's several.
And his younger brother is apparently even better than Archie himself. So, and he's
sounds
also
like a lot of money, though.
It's a lot of money, yeah. But it's like we've seen that before, and it doesn't always work with young English players, right? So they have to be careful. Moise Kean has left Juventus for Fiorentina. Gab, not a bad deal for the Bianconeris.
No, I think this is a tremendous deal. He's taking a pay cut as well, which, again, whenever players do this, I have a lot of respect for them. They're getting 13 million euros plus up to 5 million in bonuses for a guy who, do you know how many goals he scored for Juve last year in the league?
Yeah, 5?
No.
4.
He scored as many as you did, 0.
Oh.
It's funny because he just doesn't score much.
No, that's not what he does.
He only reached double figures once in his career, which is when he was playing for Paris Saint-Germain. In fact, I think he scored more goals for Paris Saint-Germain than he scored for any other club in his career, combined. But look, I know, much respect. You want to play regularly. This helps Juve with their books, and it helps them to play.
Yeah, fair enough.
Said Benrahma liked Lyon and John Textor so much, he decided to stick around, Jules, and make his move from West Ham permanent.
Yeah, because he did well in the second half of the season, linking up well with Lacazette, helping this team to have this incredible second half of the season, by the way. So well done. And that was the good news of the day on through the weekend. And the other good news was that Thiago Almada is also on his way to Lyon. He will get there in January after playing for Botafogo, leaving MLS. I think I just cannot wait to see Thiago Almada in Europe. And that's, I mean, for all the criticism we gave John Textor, JT, our friend, I have to say getting Thiago Almada is a real coup.
It must have been really hard to get him from the other club he owns to this club he owns.
Well, no, but first you have to get him out of MLS. John Textor doesn't own MLS? Atlanta. Yeah, so, you know.
No, but by the way, speaking of John Textor and owning things, remember the whole business, how we said that, you know, he can't take credit for the women's team because that's been sold to
Michel Wang.
Yeah, but here's my issue with Michel. Michel is part owner in Eagle Football, which is John Textor's multi-club ownership structure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like apple don't fall that far from the tree, right? There's a lot of like financial links in there. Look, I'm not saying she's not. Like I'm saying, it's not an entirely independent operation if she's also a shareholder in the other operation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
More like business partners.
Yeah. True. Remember Ben Godfrey? Gab, the Everton legend. Well, he signed for Atalanta for 10 million euros.
I'm curious to see how this works out. So obviously, he did not get much of a look in under Sean Dyche. He's just not a Sean Dyche type player.
Not.
10 million, I think, is a good fee. Good for him to go and want to challenge himself, test himself. That former Evertonian to Bergamo pipeline, made famous by Ademola Lookman, is clearly continuing.
Very much so.
I'm curious to see how this works out.
Yeah, definitely.
Philippe Coutinho is reportedly on his way back to where it all began, Vasco da Gama. Jules, we're happy for him.
Oh, I love that. I love when players go back to where you all started. We saw Thiago Silva, of course, going back to Fluminense.
Yeah, and then Fernando Diniz gets sacked. But
I know, but as we know as well, in Brazil, coaches stay one season or less.
No, but this guy's been successful, so like,
no, I know,
get a bad start, but whatever.
I know. But yeah, well done for Coutinho. Obviously had those great years at Liverpool. Since then, not so much. But let's hope he's happy back in Brazil and can link up well with Dimitri Payet, by the way. Imagine Coutinho and Payet in the same team.
Oh, yeah, no, turn back the clock.
I know.
He was at Aldo Heil before that. The one caution I would say is, who owns Vasco da Gama? 777.
Yes, of
Careful
course.
there.
Be careful.
You take payment up front.
Remember how earlier we talked about the USA Uruguay game coming up at Copa America? Well, Marcelo Bielsa won't be on the bench, Gab. It will be in the stands.
Yeah, and the reason is that I imagine it's for TV reasons, to be honest. But basically, they have a policy where you have, when your teams come out, both at the start of the game and for the second half, they have to be out by a certain time. You have to respect certain timings.
Yeah.
They've really cracked down on it on the Copa America. Like, this is the most important thing. We've already seen Lionel Scaloni.
I saw that.
Sorry?
I saw that, yeah.
We've Ricardo Gareca, who's coaching Chile now, and Batista, who apparently is the Venezuela coach. We've all seen them punished once. Bielsa's been punished twice. I guess in both his games, he's been late. I don't know what he was doing, maybe wandering back and forth. So, yeah, he's going to be up in the stands. I don't think he cares.
No.
It does seem a little bit
qualifying.
persnickety.
Did you see the incredible press conference that he had when an American journalist asked him about Darwin Núñez first, fair enough, and then why, so he asked Bielsa, why do you like McDonald's so much? And obviously in English, so Bielsa needed a translator. The translator, I think, was probably a bit scared of Bielsa. And Bielsa was like, McDonald's? Who is this player? Who is McDonald's? So the guy was like, no, McDonald's, the restaurant. And Bielsa was like, me? McDonald's? No, definitely not. I mean, I just love Bielsa in his Copa America. He's like, his own show is amazing.
He does not seem to be a Mackie D type
Definitely
person.
not. I mean, why would you ask the question? Although in Marseille, by the way, he had his coffee at McDonald's and using the Wi-Fi there, and you could see him with his laptop working at McDonald's near not far from the city centre in his Marseille tracksuit with his glasses. Unreal.
Why should he pay for Wi-Fi when he can have free Wi-Fi at McDonald's? By the way, we've had so many McDonald's references in this. They should probably sponsor us. Just chucking that out there.
Like Ligue 1. You love that sponsor.
Jules, UEFA are happy with the officiating at the Euros, and especially the policy that only captains can approach referees.
Yeah.
They say to speed it up the game. Are you on board with this?
I mean, speeding up, I'm not sure how much it speeds up the game, but I think it's good not to see referees being surrounded all the time by players, having to talk to everyone, or, feel maybe a little bit under pressure, let's put it that way. And I think that has worked. And I think I've noticed it watching on television, so I hope people back home everywhere who watch the tournament have seen it as well.
I think part of it is also there have been bookings for dissent, but I think the refereeing has been better. It often is in major tournaments because you've got better referees. Again,
true.
There is such a thing as referees being better. One of my absolute things I absolutely cannot hate, almost as much as child poverty, is those people who say, oh, well, but all the referees are the same. Respect the referees. No, there's really good referees. There's other referees who are not quite as good.
That's right.
So I think this is working out nicely. And by the way, I like the fact also they made an exception here, because if your captain is a goalkeeper, he can delegate somebody else.
That's
you
true.
just have to tell him before the game.
Yeah.
So with Italy,
you
for
have to
example,
run all the way.
You don't want to make Donnarumma run like 60 yards to go talk to the referee, right? Makes sense to me.
Yeah. We used to complain about equal pay from the women's side of the game, Gab, compared to the men's game, of course. But the Olympics, it could be the other way around.
Yeah. So this is a story I saw, which I thought was curious. Basically, at the Olympics, the U.S. women's team, so basically they've got this collective bargaining agreement where they say the men's team and the women's team are in the same, blah, 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 equal pay. And there are some wrinkles to it, but it's something that was a big thing that they thrashed out, I think a year ago, 2 years ago. However, the U.S. Olympic team isn't the proper national team like the women's team. US Olympic team, like most Olympic teams, is the under 23 side,
Yeah.
plus a couple full internationals, and so as a result, they're going to earn less.
Yeah.
Or it's not quite equal pay.
No, but that's normal, right?
I don't know. I
Pay
kind
the
of feel,
under 23 the same as your superstar from your
but they're in the
main
same
team.
tournament.
Same tournament. Yeah, no, but it's like if you say
All right,
Wimbledon Juniors is the same tournament, don't earn the same as the senior. This is the
Wimbledon juniors compete in the junior category.
same. Yeah.
These people are competing for the gold medal.
No, but the under 23 men's tournament is like a junior tournament.
But it's not the under 23 tournament. It's the Olympic. It's the one that they're both playing in the Olympic
Yeah.
football tournament.
Yeah.
I think once you enshrine equal pay and you say this is a principle, it should be a principle for your men's team and for your women's team.
I mean,
Especially if it's in the same competition.
I know, but there's different circumstances, though.
Right,
to be
it's
fair.
Olympic football. Not a thing. Not a thing. Football at the Olympics. Not a thing. I know you'll be watching it, but not
I'll be
a
there.
thing. Okay?
I'll be commentating on it.
Romania against Holland on Tuesday night, Jules. Who you got? I know you want that Dutch guy out.
Nah, I can't. Even the Dutch guy, even the Dutch guy cannot not qualify against Romania. We've liked this Romanian team. We've liked their spirit. We've liked the way they played.
Ratiu, Dragusin, come on,
Stanchu,
man.
all of that. Great. No, this is good.
Haji.
But come on. And apparently the Dutch had a clear the air like of meetings between them with the coaching staff to
Did
wake
you see
up.
what he did to
wake
Veerman?
up.
You weren't on the show, mate. So I was at that game, right? And against Austria, they lost. Veerman comes off after 35 minutes in the first half. I mean, wait.
I know.
Who does that? You
I
can't
mean,
wait
it's such
10
a bad
minutes?
It's such a bad coach.
And you know the funny thing too is Holland still have much better players than Austria, for
Yeah, of
example,
course.
right? So they still, in the end, if you break down the chances and take out the stupid mistakes, they probably would have still won that game.
Yeah.
So this is why you're saying that
I
they're
know.
going to.
And I think they're going to raise their game anyway, and they're going to. I really see them going far in that side of the draw. To be fair, Gab, you'll be at Austria against Turkey, which is a very exciting game. I think we're all quite happy and up for it. How do you see this one going?
I think it's a coin flip. I think obviously, I believe Vincenzo Montella, the only Italian coach left in the competition.
Well, with Tedesco for now, if you
With
consider
Tedesco literally means German,
Yeah.
and by the time this comes out, he'll probably be out of the competition. So we only count Tedesco when he wins. I count
Okay,
Tedesco
fair
to
enough.
still
Fair
win.
enough.
Turkey are going to have incredible support. It's going to be like a home game.
Yeah.
We've seen that throughout these Euros. They have the individuals. I think athletically, Turkey match up pretty well with Austria. This is
Can
a
they
team
beat
with
their
a
press,
lot of
though?
energy.
That's the only thing.
They what, sorry?
Can they beat their press? That's the only thing.
Can
I'm
they beat
not
the press?
sure.
And can their goalkeepers, can they get, whoever plays in goal,
Yeah,
not throw one in?
I agree.